Major Mohammed Ali Shah, while the entire nation today marks a historic achievement by the government of India and our country, that we finally have a war memorial, and the eternal flame of the Amar Jyoti has been merged with the war memorial, there are still political voices and opposition leaders, particularly the Congress and Rahul Gandhi, who try to misrepresent facts and malign issues of national importance for their petty political gains.
Megha, let's take it this way. Even if I have sympathies for the opposition and I want to actually speak in favor of them and I want to support them, I mean, they leave no room. They leave no room for me or any person who intends to support them and come and talk in their favor. They are just being self-destructive. I think they are being rather silly when there's a tweet from their end saying that some people just don't understand patriotism. I mean, have a heart. At least talk logic, at least talk sense, where even if a right-thinking person wants to actually support you and want to actually go by to your line, but is it deliberate? There are times I often wonder, are they being deliberately that they are putting their own foot in their mouth, or what is it? I mean, that is something I'm very, very curious about. Now, as you rightly brought out, Megha, it was the India Gate was constructed by the British in 1914 to 1919 in the memory of the First World War martyrs, the Second World War, and the Anglo-Afghan War, in fact. And overnight, in fact, an ad hoc structure under the arc of India Gate was the Amar Jawan Jyoti by the Indira Gandhi government. And now, when actually in February 2019, when the current government comes in forward and builds a war memorial, which should be welcomed by everyone, I think it is great. Yes, there is controversy. There is about whether the flame, the eternal flame, was actually put to rest and taken over there, or was it transferred, or how. That there was a controversy. I can accept that. But when someone comes forward and tweets that some people do not understand patriotism, so this kind of politicizing it and doing tu me, you, me, like there's a difference between patriotism and nationalism. Patriotism, we all are patriots. We all love our country. But nationalism now, it's like, I love my mother more than you. My mother loves me more than you. So when there's a comparison like that comes on, that is wrong. So I really, I'm not in favor of anyone coming forward and saying that, some people do not understand patriotism. Everyone is patriot. And no one has a right to give anyone a certificate saying who's patriot, who's not.
Major Ali, you having served for the Indian Army in the past, I would like to pose a question to you with regards to your interpretation of the merging of the flames of the Amar Jawan Jyoti with the National War Memorial. How do you take this particular event personally?
See, I personally, if you ask me, I also would not be really favoring the fact that the flame has, if at all, if it was lit off and transferred over there, I personally would not be in favor, and like many other veterans, like many other ex-army people. But now at the same time, if we have to be rational, pragmatic and think of it, what we did not have was, it was actually shocking that our country did not have a national war memorial. I mean, we probably would. It was actually really, I mean, if you think...
But do you think such a decision that has been made by the current government of India reeks of any politicization or political vendetta, as has been mentioned by several of the opposition leaders? And I'm trying to come to a consensus in terms of hearing it out from you, who having actually served in the Indian Army at one point.
Thank you, Megha, for bringing this out. And in fact, a lot of veterans I know, a lot of ex-army people are not for the fact who favor the current government. It's not that they are against the government. They're not liking the fact. It's a very sensitive issue that why the flame would be transferred there. Yes, I personally feel that both the flames could have gone along. But again, the challenge comes that you cannot have a ceremonial function on two places at the same time. It has to be. So what one can do, that is my perception completely, that what one could do was, should have allowed both the flames to lit at the same time, yes, and do the ceremonial functions on different day. One day for this, and because the other war memorial is not very far from India Gate actually, it's just about a kilometer's distance. And so on one day, one ceremonial, on the other day, or keeping that in mind, the other day, the other ceremonial function could have taken place, Megha.
Okay, all right. I thank my panelists for joining me on the broadcast.